What is going on, team? Welcome to another video. I'm here with Harry the Shepherd. How you doing, mate?
What's going on, mate? How you doing?
Today is conditioning day. 2 former Royal Marines. I'm a shitload older than Harry though, so my money's on him. But we're going to do a couple of different bits and bobs. We're going to have a look at some functional stuff. We're going to have a look at some CrossFit and high rock style things, and maybe even finish off with an extra little component with a little bit more of a military theme. Let's see how we get on. Quick warm-up done and in the bag, tops are off. A, because we're both absolutely stackers.
I just wanted to show him up a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. And B, because it's 40 degrees. So, here we have the workout, little descending ladder, so 100 row calories. This is pretty much Harry's design.
Yeah,
it is, mate,
my idea.
Yeah,
my idea.
Followed by 80 wall balls, 60 meters or lengths or whatever. We'll figure it out at the time.
Not 60 lengths.
Not 60 lengths. 40 burpees and 20 heavy-ish thrusters.
Heavy for us, anyway.
How are you feeling,
heavy
mate? You've been here, very heavy for me. You've been here like 48 hours. Are you feeling jet lagged? Are you feeling ready?
Nah, I'm all good. We came from Thailand, so only a two-hour time difference. I'm good to go.
There we
Hopefully, gonna hold my own in this one.
Bearing in mind, so how old are you again?
You're 24.
24. I'm not anymore. So
only 10 years.
So
right?
so we'll see how we get on. This
yeah,
only just 10 years. Just means I'm more warmed up. So this is basically section 1, kind of Harry's design. I threw a couple of exercises in there. Let's see how we get on. That was spicy. That was kind of as I expected. Not too bad, but the thrusters just killed me at the end, yeah. They just feel heavier, like going down it's normally fine, but when you're super gassed.
You've got that weight on your chest, right?
Yeah, and you can't
expand,
can't inhale properly. Definitely the toughest part for me.
After all that work, definitely.
Maybe a bit of a heavy weight to choose.
But
that's why we did it.
Only 10 reps, only.
Exactly. Now short break, and we'll put together section 2.
On part 2.
Section 2 of the session, so we've got a little bit of legs, a little bit of push, a little bit of pull, a little bit heavier now, but we're going to effectively go as close to synchro as possible. If I'm in the lead in the next couple of minutes in the video, it's because I'm fitter. If Harry's in the lead, it's because I'm injured. So just,
that's how it works.
Focus on the important.
This one's Jim's idea.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to lose my own event now. So 4 lengths of walking lunges, 40 or 50 in the bar, still undecided yet. 12 reps of push press with the same barbell. And then two rope climbs. Force 90-second break and 3 times through. Let's get going. Performance looks right. It's literally just it's just the barbell, kind of the position of it all, with my wrist and my ankle.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I mean, I've been recording this whole time.
Good.
You guys are the ones not ready.
We're the ones fucking about.
Yeah. Right, let's give this a go.
Well, that was fucking disgusting.
Yeah. That was worse than expected.
That was so much harder than I thought it would be.
Just one round then.
Fuck me.
182 heart rate there.
That 90 in the break section was minutes. Just so you know.
Days.
So don't tell Harry, but I've changed the workout. We're now doing 1 round of lunges, 1 press up, and a 10-minute nap.
This is more than 90 seconds. More than 90 seconds, this is.
No. Just count your seconds.
Yeah.
If you ever want like the most romantic place ever to bring your girlfriend in the UK, go.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but then she'll start wanting other stuff. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to set the bar too high. Oh, half again. I wanted to go full, but Harry's just got here.
I'm the boss.
He's the boss.
We've definitely had about 3 90 seconds rest each round. So.
Yeah, there we go, yeah. Well, we want to make sure we're doing the rest right.
Yeah, that's the most important bit. The problem is, now we've cut the reps down, we've just got to go faster, so that's the problem.
In theory, that makes sense.
3, 2, 1. I've just realised Jim's rope is about 5 feet shorter than mine.
Oh fuck, it is! It is as well.
I was wondering why it was so fast.
So funny.
Barbells away, then on to section 3.
We came out of rope climbs with no grips. That's not a common occurrence.
Yeah, that's true. Especially because we're so sweaty, we didn't grip anything, just slid down. Yeah, we haven't got any calluses, we don't have any skin left.
Yeah.
I reckon for 3, doing some fireman's carries could be good.
Yeah.
So they're back, so basically 2 lengths each this way, followed by something like 5 synchro burpees. There's some synchro work in there as well. It looks good for the camera.
Yeah, synchro get-ups where you just stand. No,
yeah.
Jump, right? This is where I'm concerned. How heavy is Jim? Anyone know? looks pretty lean to me, so I'm alright. I'll be alright.
I don't want to brag, I did a press up once.
Yeah.
Carries and sync get-ups.
Just so everyone knows, I failed the fireman's carry in training first time round. I did, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. Lightest in the troop was. I got stitched up with
He was
something.
tiny.
That's excuse number 1.
Yeah, 5 kilos heavier than me. Didn't have a great position on my back.
How much do you weigh?
75. Back then I was 65.
Same.
Oh yeah. This is just a wide angle.
Yeah, yes. It's the fisheye lens. It's the 3D camera we're using.
If you didn't know, we're ex-Royal Marines.
That's good, bro. I enjoyed that. Good bit of all round. I like heavy cardio. One of the things I've been featuring a lot on the vlogs is conditioning being definitely mixed modality, mixing it up.
Yeah.
But some of it almost like the lunges, the push press and the rope climb, almost like full range functional bodybuilding style moves, but used as a tool for conditioning because it's sub-maximum in weight.
Yeah, light enough you can move it for unbroken sets.
Yeah, exactly. And
you're not taking rest in between sets.
And it's gassy as shit.
Yeah.
And especially when you have something, one of the things I covered in the last video actually, with a thumbnail that looks like this, something called PHA, peripheral heart action. So if you do something that's weighted, lower body, for more than about 15-20 seconds, you've got enough blood flowing to that area.
Yeah.
And if you then, without break, boom, go straight into an upper body exercise.
For the same duration.
Yeah, the constriction of in the lower body and the dilation of all the blood, it's like that, the fact that the body has to completely re-divert all the oxygenated blood is really fucking metabolic.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so gassy when you go from a lower body exercise to an upper straight away.
This is why it's so important to have physiological aims to a session.
Yeah.
Because that's never going to really increase top end strength But that's not what it's there for, is it? You're not going into a metabolic session like that thinking, I'm going to work on my 1 rep max push press.
Exactly.
You're going into it with a different aim. It's important to identify that before going in, because people could see this and just be like, oh, I can just do this metabolic resistance training and get stronger, but it's not kind of not the case. You have to be specific with your movement. In the gym.
It's not the exercise itself that dictates the training effect. It's how it's like a squat. If you did 1,000 of them really lightly, it's going to be great for lactic tolerance. If you do one of them as heavy as possible, it's going to be great for neural strength.
Yeah.
So
it's in the dose.
Yeah, exactly. So it's what you. It's the way that you execute it. That's what's going to dictate. Yeah.
And that's why it's so good with this mixed modal stuff, because you can vary it so easily without it detracting. So in traditional bodybuilding strength sets, you have to do same movement every week, adding a little bit, same movement every week, adding a little bit. Whereas doing this, because the aim is just to get metabolic adaptation, you can choose any movement with the same plane of motion and just be like, well, it's still achieving that same purpose without burnout. So if you're just doing 5x5 squat every week, that's necessary sometimes to be stronger, but it gets stale, right? So
and to a certain degree, we all respond quite well to novelty. So I was talking to a guy who's got a master's degree in exercise physiology, and he was saying that the brain, to a point, is wired for newness, for novelty, and it responds very well. So even you can get a better training adaptation. As an example, they did a study with a group of athletes, just by, they were like, I think they were sprinters or ice hockey players or something, and their session was their session, and for a month, the only thing they changed is they basically played like silly games in the warm-up, and that was enough novelty that they got more of an adaptation. So it's like, that's one of the great things about kind of CrossFit and functional fitness, I think, is that it's just blown the fucking doors open to 1,000,001 new ways of looking at conditioning work, and different movements. And it's like like cardio now, conditioning work isn't just sitting on a spin bike for 2 hours. It's very different.
That's why I think it's so interesting, because if you're a powerlifter, you're focused on 3 lifts, and you maybe have accessories around that, but the majority of your training is going to be squat, bench, deadlift. If you're a CrossFitter, you've got to say, look, right, I've got 100 movements at my disposal, I have to be a 7 out of 10 at all of them. And that takes away almost the monotony of training, because you have to be changing it up so often to get the stimulus on everything. Because you can go to a competition and be exposed to 35 movements, and if you're really bad at one of them, you're going to lose that competition. So that's why it's definitely so interesting. But at the same time, I think it's important to step back. People can get caught up too much in just doing CrossFit and thinking it's going to improve their CrossFit. You have to step back and do your zone 2, you have to step back and do your strength, your Olympic lifting in its own single modality to then carry it back into CrossFit and have a decent effect from it.
If you only have 4 hours a week to train and you want to develop your strength, put on a little bit of like lean muscle mass, speed, everything, the chances are you will have 4 sessions that, like CrossFit sessions, where they're conjugated, where they do a bit of everything. But ideally, if you didn't have 4 hours a week to train and you had 20, then you would train each energy system and stuff separately, because that's the way you get more of a training effect.
Of course,
as opposed to, but realistically, Gen Pop doesn't have 20 hours a week to train.
And this is where individualisation comes in, and it's so important, because someone has 2 sessions a week versus someone who has 5 sessions a week. Very different approach to their training, even in traditional sense, where they're going to be doing 2 full body sessions, and the 5-day a week might be doing push, pull, legs, upper body, lower body, which can carry over into CrossFit, because then you can still have those splits in your classic strength stuff, and then the mixed modality can be so much more varied.
What is your split with them now?
At the moment, I'm training for my London Marathon, which I've signed up to, haven't got a place yet, if anyone's watching. 50k ultra Spartan obstacle race. That's in October next year, and High Rocks. And sort of in the back of my mind is the CrossFit Open, and trying to place a little bit better than I did last year. Because last year I was good, but I wasn't quite specific enough on the CrossFit side of things.
Right,
so
okay.
At the moment I'm looking at zone 2 running to build base, lots of single leg and strength work to build a strength base. So those 2 things happening in synergy, and then 2 to 3 mixed modal sessions a week to keep that CrossFit stimulus still going. So I've got so much time to train. This is the beauty of it. You can split it up, like you said. I probably have the 15-20 hours to train, and so I can split it up like this. But and then I'm looking at, towards the CrossFit Open, dialing in a little bit more specific stuff to the things you're going to see in those 3 workouts, like the deadlifts, thrusters, burpees, which I won't be playing with too much up until that point.
Okay, nice.
But generally 3 runs a week, they're all zone 2.
What kind of distances are you hitting for those?
Building, so one of them is a 20-minute, the next one's a 40-minute, and the other one's a 60. And the looking at keeping the first 2 the same, 20 and 40, until I can start to add in a speed session on the 20, and then the 60 minutes just going to keep building distance-wise to get that one long run a week. How about you?
My split at the moment, so one of the things I'm really intrigued in, especially in the realm of CrossFit actually, is people learning, because a big part of my channel is on like identifying your own biological individuality, like what is it that you need, what ratio, like we were talking earlier about Greg Rutherford, like
Yes.
world, Olympic, European and Commonwealth champion all at the same time.
Yeah.
Like incredible athlete, super low tolerance to volume. So that's something that he obviously learned about his own performance as opposed to just taking like generic guidelines.
Yeah.
And I think something that's going to be really interesting in CrossFit, whether it's a blood test, a DNA test, or muscle fiber, whatever, is working out what's the ratio split of strength stimulus to endurance stimulus you need. So for me, if I have 2 metabolic conditioning sessions a week, that maintains me at a decent level. If I start to do 3 and 4, my conditioning goes up by 1%, but my speed drops.
It's not worth
Massive.
the detriment.
It's not worth the detriment
Right.
at all. So at the moment, I've got like usually 6 sessions a week. I do so Mondays like upper body strength and hypertrophy. Tuesdays lower body strength and hypertrophy.
Yeah.
Wednesday is conditioning of sorts, either something similar to what we've done, or when my ankle's better, going for a run. Because like hybrid training is basically what I do. So
Yeah.
I need to have
Well, this is
2
what I'm
working
moving
days.
into a little bit more
Oh, is it?
hybrid stuff, as in, because it's off season technically.
Yeah.
For CrossFit and for other events, it's good to, I think, hit that hybrid if you've got the time again to go single modality conditioning, single modality strength, so you're not getting that cross signaling.
Yeah.
You can get the most out of both of them.
Yeah.
And then when you go into season, you've got that huge base of aerobic conditioning and of strength. And then you can build on it with some specificity. That's sort of my loose idea and loose plan. I think it's interesting what you're saying about knowing yourself as an athlete and seeing do you respond better to higher volume strength, lower volume strength, or higher volume conditioning.
Harry, the Shepherd, how you feeling, mate?
Yeah, absolutely ruined.
Me too.
Definitely not doing another session today.
It's so unbelievably, disgustingly hot.
Yeah, something you can't tell through the camera is it's about 35 degrees.
Fucking hell, you just
And
feel like
it
you're in a
makes a difference.
sauna
Yeah.
the whole time.
I was planning on doing a second session of strength after our session. That's now been knocked on its head.
That's been postponed.
Yeah.
There's a rain check for that
Yeah,
one.
my glutes I'm not feeling very fiery for any
No,
glutes,
exactly,
so I'm
yeah.
not doing that.
I think in a minute, if anyone's going to be in Bali Airport today, they're going to see me being wheeled through.
On one of them luggage things.
Yeah. Basically, I've been given a blue badge by the fact that I'm so flipping dehydrated and knackered. Mate, Harry, appreciate it, mate. It was good to have you down. It was good to be held accountable to my own conditioning, which at the moment is shit. So appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Best of luck with everything next year.
Thanks for inviting me down, man.